Lewis Cool here from Great Reason. We're just, you know what? Something weird. Something different today. I just wanted to post up my first game at Galencourt. The new map is out. The new patch is out. There are two new maps, Galencourt and a free-for-all team deathmatch map called like Desecration of the Courtyard at Galencourt. It's something like that. That's definitely the name. And yeah, so map is out, patch is out. There's gonna be a lot of different fixes and crazy things, but this is the new map, first look. If you've already seen it before, that's because you've watched our other video, which briefly showed it. But now here's the whole thing. And it's not the whole thing because this game ends a little early. We couldn't keep going, but it's, you know, it's a good chunk. It misses the best part, which is sad. But yeah, we will be playing later tonight. Full map. Hopefully we'll get through it.
Overrun the city of Galencourt and desecrate Vedran's tomb.
So the map is very big. It's really, really weirdly big and then also very narrow. So there's lots of choke points and lots of similar to like Lionspire Bridge areas. And there's lots of them because you're getting onto boats, you're climbing ramparts, you're going along the ramparts in narrow corridors. So I found that spears and things like that were really helpful. But it's also just a whole cluster F if you want to use, you know, the vernacular. I don't know what I'm saying here. This is just live talking right now. We're just off the cuff, hanging out, just making up some things to say. But yeah, so this is, I haven't played in a while, so this gameplay is a little rusty. This is not my peak gameplay, but it's near peak. I'm getting pretty good. I'm getting back in the groove. This is, you know, my third game today. I tried to play it in third person because I feel like that's a better viewing experience, but please don't judge me. I usually play in first person, I swear. Some of the changes they made were that they made it so that when you deflect an attack and then hit them, they're vulnerable for a follow-up attack. So some of the things you might see here is me actually being able to get a counter attack in. And also when you disarm an opponent, you now aren't interrupted in your combo and you can keep swinging, which lets you actually land a hit when you get the disarm, which is really great. Like, I'm really excited for these changes.
Keep pushing! We need to establish a foothold!
So it's about this time where I decided I wanted to try out the spear again, because one of the changes they made was stabbing animations now take longer so that they're easier to read. So the stabbing animations now start or connect a little bit later in their animation so that you can make a play on them, and it's not just complete malarkey. Sorry for my language there, but you know, sometimes you gotta say malarkey. And you can't play spear in third person. If you play spear in third person, you're a psychopath. Everyone knows that. You need to have that pinpoint accuracy. Like that. Pinpoint accuracy. You see that? Just knock him right off the cliff here. You see that midair kick? You see that midair kick? Nobody gets away from me. Midair kick. You can write that down on your check. If you're playing bingo along with the class here, you're gonna want to check off your midair kick box. And if you have bingo from that, just yell it out. So this is one of those areas that's really narrow, where you're getting into these fights where the spear is really helpful because you're shoulder to shoulder with everyone. They just landed the other siege weapon, the ramp, and landed it so they came from that other way. So we were holding the passageway so that they could also make headway and not get overrun. So the next part is we have to attack the pirate ships here. I call them pirate ships. They're just regular ships. But you're in this time period and you see a big ship, you're going to call it a pirate ship. It's probably a merchant fleet or maybe a nice naval vessel. Probably a naval vessel. I mean, there are soldiers here. There's a lot of soldiers here for this to be like a, trader's vessel. And it'd be weird for a pirate ship to be parked here behind their fortifications. But anyway, you want to go up on those pirate ships. There'll be a little bomb, and it's kind of I forget the map name. Maybe I think it's Lionspire, where you go to their catapults and you blow them up. It's the same thing. You go up to the mast, and there's a lot of little cool ways to get up here. There's ramps, there's ladders. There's also some jump spots. I think I do a couple of them. I'm not sure. But this is where it gets really hairy, especially in 64 player. There's just, it's chaos. As you can see. You're seeing chaos. Oh, you get a little quick glimpse of me under the boat. This is what the under the boat looks like. Oh, so here's one of the, little jumpy sections. It's really cool. I like that they add these little things in there, so. You can get to some decent flank spots or surprise enemies. I think I surprised some enemies by going into the ship through a jump spot. Well, okay, we blew up the mast. That's what that happened. That was a weird sound effect. Did the sail not come down? The sails... You're watching peak gameplay right here. Peak Lewis cool gameplay. Oh, there's some new throwables, and the throwable objects now have, I guess, something was done to their trajectory, and the further that you throw them, the more damage they'll do. Okay, I'm stuck. There's a wine bottle, though. I really should have picked up that wine bottle, I'm noticing now. That would have been way better than hitting people with a spear. But you could see just how many people, this is just nonsense. It's a lot of panic. What you're seeing now isn't methodic gameplay. It is panicked gameplay because I don't have a sweeping. There's no sweeping attack on my spear. One of the things they did is the one-handed spear, which I'm not using, I'm using the two-handed spear, but the one-handed spear, they made it so that it's now behaves like the two-handed spear. I kind of wish they did it the other way. I like that the spear had like a weak attack, but it was a sweeping attack. Look at that sweet jump. But now the spear has two stabs. It's the left mouse button / R trigger. Whatever the sweeping attack is, that's now another stab on all the spears and also on the javelins. If you're playing on Skirmisher, they're all universally all stabs. Which should help because I think part of the shenanigans with the one-handed spear was that you had a sweeping attack that was very fast. Even if it only did like 35 damage, it was still super strong. And since it was so fast, you could just hold it and cleave through people anyway, so it didn't matter. Now you need to be a sniper with the spears. You need to be pinpoint accurate. I'm trying to do a flank maneuver here. I'm guaranteeing it. Yeah, it doesn't go well. Hoisted by my own petard. That's my spike trap right there that I ran into. So that's great. I don't think I hit anyone else. I'm not getting any points for it. No one's dumb enough to walk into those things. So yeah, you definitely need a lot of teamwork on this map, especially for these sections with the ships. I tried to play another game to get through it completely, just so I can show off the last part of the map, which is a really cool part of the map, and we couldn't make it, and so here we go. But that one ended on the ships because it's easy to defend them, both if you're on attack or if you're on defense. So yeah, there's a little galley area over there that a lot of the archers seem to hide in because, you know, they like to hide. So I found them. Just be wary of them. You might go up here and not realize where you're getting shot from. Look to the right, because there's gonna be people hiding. Oh, you know what would have been nice is if I watched the ship mast come down. It's coming down to my right here. You can hear that nice sound. I think it was about this time that I realized I need to turn my sensitivity up. And then I turn it down. Yeah. And then I realized I made a mistake. So what they did is they did adjust the maximum turn speed, but I think it also affected regular, like, whatever turn speed you're at, I think it's slower now. So I turned my turn speed up a little bit because it felt a little bit sluggish. And then it turned it up way too fast, and now it's nonsense right now. I call this the 1-2 kick, okay? You land a hit, you're free to land the second hit. You can expect that if you land the second hit, they're probably gonna finally block, so you just immediately go into the kick. It gets them a lot of the time. It's a little strategy I use. If you're ever fighting me, just watch out for the 2-hit kick. I'm workshopping names right now. You know, we're gonna 1-2 kick, 2-hit kick, the 1-2 slap boot, the 1-2 boot. 1-2 boot. You may have seen there how amazing I am, but you can see I'm on the leaderboard. I'm so good. So humble, too. You ask anyone, they'll tell you. Lewis Cool, humblest guy I know. So this part is getting really, really silly because I think we're getting unlimited barrels from a truck somewhere nearby, and we're just throwing them over here. Because you need to just line up 3 barrels at the door. So they're just gonna get closer and closer and closer, and eventually, it's like Skyrim over here with cheese wheels. But this section isn't very difficult. The next section is pretty cool, and then so the next section, we have to destroy the relics, and there's just basically statues everywhere. It's cool because there's like destruction that you're causing. It's almost battlefield level levolution. You may notice from my gameplay that I don't cower away from the action. In fact, I go headlong into it. I dive, I dive right into it. I run up. And that's why I'm knight now. I realize that if I'm going to be going in, I should be going in with all the armor on and a cleaving weapon. So I put out the longsword, and I'm just going to charge straight in and just swing away because it's all about getting that position. In my opinion, this is just my gameplay philosophy. You want to make room. If they're all swinging at me because I ran to the back of their line, that's causing an opportunity for the rest of my team to swarm in behind me and spread it out. And it works. It does work if you have a team that's seize the opportunity. Instead of just forming a line and then going back and forth while the timer ticks away, if you can push in, get behind them, and start doing some like Beyblade Garen from League of Legends spinny stuff, and look at that. You can jump over fire, by the way. If you don't know that, you can jump over the fire pits. I do it all the time. This guy's surprised. He's still in awe. He's shocked. He's like, I didn't even know you could do that. See, you see him emoting? He's impressed. Okay, that wasn't me. I'm not trying to Call of Duty this. Jumping on controller is the same as dashing. And so, I guess it's the same on mouse too, right? Mouse and keyboard is space. But yeah, I jump all the time by accident because I'm just so dashy. I dash left, I dash right, I dash backwards. You can't dash forwards. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about, making space, right? I'm just making sure that I'm #1 enemy. They're all coming for me. Now their backs are facing my team. And even if I die here, which I'm gonna, because it's, I mean, I'm guaranteed. Yeah, there we go. You see the opportunity it made? No, it didn't. They didn't follow. No one followed. They're still at they're still at the hallway. But with the right team, we would have swarmed in. They might not have been near enough. I mean, there was a couple there, but. Oh yes, we have to do more explosives. So double explosives. But I think this is pretty easy. They just have to be placed, and then they just blow up. They can't be diffused. You just have to carry, kind of like Dark Forest, where you are carrying those petards up to the wall and like planting them. Same thing, but with barriers, like barrels, like Donkey Kong barrels. See, for some reason, they're all ignoring me. They have a vendetta against that guy right there. So, thank you for the free kills. There's another jump. See, that guy's shocked. He's like so surprised. He's like, wait a minute. How'd you get through my fire? Why aren't you on fire? And I was like, because I jump really well, man. See, now I realize my up and down, my vertical was way too out of control. This is, I don't know what this guy was doing, but I made sure he didn't leave. Like, all right, man, you got us. You're defending that bush. Oh, Art, yeah. Look at this Art. I remember this. I specifically remember this archer because he gets away. I think he gets away. I don't think I kill him here. It haunts me to this day. It haunts me to this day. He's gonna get up. That guy gets to play again. He had no right. But yeah, this section we're looking for, and they kind of look, it's a little obvious, but they blend in well. It's the decorated statues, those gray statues that are right there, and they're spread out throughout the courtyard here. So what I was doing, I would position myself near the statues so that when I'm swinging, I'm also hitting the statue, and I'm blocking, countering, and just swinging through the statue, and that helped out a lot. I do the same thing on the prisoner map, where you have to free the prisoners. Try to get in a fight right next to the jail cell, and then, not the jail cell, but the little jail, hanging jail platforms, what do you call them? If you know what they call them, just let me know in the comments so that I'll call them correctly. But yeah, there you go, you hit one of these. And you play right next to it, and then you get killed anyway, but still, 3 good hits. So the part you're not going to get to see, because if you didn't get to play it, it is really, really cool. So when you get to the church, which is that, we're going to the big church in the background there. We're going to go to that church, we're going to try to break in. If we break in, you as an Agatha, right? Is it Agatha? Mason, yeah. Agatha, Blue Knights. The Agatha team gets to respawn as holy monks. And they have like super hyper armor on their, and they have like staves. And they're super awesome. They're like really fun to play as. So you can be a monk, and a lot of you have to then go in and break like the altar and desecrate the whole church. So what I've seen is a lot of good strategy here is to all be field engineers, and you can build up like a whole wall that blocks out the temple, the altar. And you can defend the altar with field engineers and then a bunch of monks, like the rest of the monks that are still left alive. But if you die as a monk, you come back as a regular soldier. Desecrate the relic. One of the things we were hoping that they would fix in this patch was the lag issues and hit connection issues that were happening. And that's kind of why we haven't played recently. I played a couple of games, 3 or 4 games, and so far so good. but you won't really know until peak playtime. So we're waiting until tonight when we go stream. When we go live, we'll see how much Stone complains. We're basically coming down to see if Stone complains about lag, because he gets more lag than I do. Alright, I forgot to jump over those fires. That was like a rookie mistake. Don't run through the fire. You have to jump over them. I think I realized that there's too many cooks in the kitchen there. Too many spoons in the soup. It takes a lot to make a soup. You know what I mean? Especially when it's me and you. And him and her and the baby too. Too many cooks, it's true. Sorry. Alright, no more. Sorry, it's in your head and I have to go there and you have to stop watching this and watch Too Many Cooks. If you haven't seen Too Many Cooks, go see it. It's that's weird. Yeah, this part, we were having difficulty here. They were doing a really good job of defending. We really couldn't even get past this, like, this section right here. Just so many of them, and I think our teammates got lost. Like, I really wasn't able to see, like, they weren't trying to get past. They were defending these hallways right here. So sometimes you have your teammates just get distracted by pieces of candy on the ground, and the pieces of candy were the 1 or 2 people enemies that would run down and fight, and they would just gang up on them, and you'd be like, 5 people fighting this one guy, like, get past them, we need to get to the church. So, like, they're all just hiding there, like, come on, move forward. In hindsight, what I should have done and what people should be doing is exactly what you see here with the flaming oil pots. When you see a bunch of enemies defending and you can't get past them, change to an oil pot. Throw the oil pots at the spot. You immediately create space. And see, I'm getting distracted now. Gotta have my eye on the prize. But at least I got some kills. No, I remember this. I was having some, this is where I did have some lag issues. It was a little bit of like weird input lag where it was kicking like 3 or 4 times and had done, my hands were off the controller at that point. I just picked my hands up and I was like, why are you still kicking? And with 10 seconds left, or 30 seconds left, sorry. Not to spoil it, but we don't complete this objective. This is as far as we got. But there's a very special ending, so don't click away yet. No, wait, hold on. I'm not supposed to tell little YouTube stuff here. You're not supposed to tell people the ending is coming. The ending is coming, but you're not supposed to tell anyone that because then they're gonna click away early. Right now is the most exciting part. You better look forward to it. I'm giving you a hot tip, okay? Never microwave soy milk because it's gross. There you go, hot tip. Don't microwave soy milk, okay, anyone? Listening to me. Never microwave soy milk. There's even a little handy, like, anachronism you can remember. It's never microwave soy milk. NMSM. NMSM. Anyway, we'll be live tonight at 8:30. Hope you have fun, and hope you stop by. Stop by, because we'll be playing tonight. All right, Grapes out.